hit him with. Just cast it for 0. Why not? Get our Phyrexia. Tap. Good game. 380 to the dome. Get this. Right? Yeah. Boom. We can we'll just 2 Liliana. They have to sacrifice the Shouldred. So yeah, now we get the Shouldred. 10 to the Domi, baby. Activate the ability. 10 more to the Domi. I don't know if I said good game twice. I think I did. Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy. I'm back with another deck tech for you. This is such a fun deck to play. This actually got me all the way through Diamond, up to Diamond 1. I ended up swapping to my Selesnya Rabbits list to sort of finish the job, but I did hit Mythic. Really excited about it. And this deck, right, it hasn't sort of changed too much, but I got the number of copies down. And what we're doing here, if you haven't seen it, it's a calendar list. So if you've never seen this card, it's sort of a alternate win con type of card. It's a 1-drop that is meant to, over time, eventually put more and more time counters on it. You put time counters by untapping your permanent, so that includes your lands, your creatures, all of that. And then the funny way of winning is you get to 1,000 time counters and you hit them for 1,000 damage. Now, there's one card here, right? All will be one. That certainly will expedite things. What you really only need to get to is about 20 time counters. Because then, when you use this ability, which has a tapped 2-mana ability, you'll double the number of time counters on it. Meaning, you'll put 20 counters on it, you'll ping them for 20, and you'll usually win the game on the spot, assuming you're not against a crazy lifelink deck or whatever. But, you can get easily more than 20 as well, and you can hit them for 40, 50. I mean, I think I hit somebody for like 80 just this morning. So very fun deck to play. Now, there's certainly a lot of ways to approach this, but the other really important card is Abuelo's Awakening, right? This card is going to be able to return a target artifact or non-aura enchantment, meaning all will be one. So you can either just hard cast your all will be one, or you can Abuelo's Awakening it. And assuming you have, like, if you use that, if you use this card when you have 6 mana, you can then immediately tap it, right? To then pretty much win the game on the spot. Assuming they can't interrupt it or counter your spell, you're in business. There are some times, right, when they'll hit you with like a get lost on your counter when you're trying to do that, and that's really unfortunate. But this is what I came up with, right? We need to have things like Charming Scoundrel. We need to have ways of discarding some of these really important artifacts and enchantments into the graveyard, immediately bringing them back with the Abuelos. Not only does Charming Scoundrel discard a card, but it helps you draw a card, right? So this will help you find your Abuelos easier. We also are running Brass's Tunnel Grinder. This is actually an artifact you could bring back if you're super desperate. There's been a couple times I've done that, but this is actually a really nice card. Every time we discard a card as well with this, we're going to put a board counter on it. So not only is it fixing our hand, putting things in the graveyard that we need, it's also going to eventually flip over, which happens way more than you think, because it really only needs 3 descend triggers, which can be anything from discarding your cards to your Fabled Passages as well. So this is good stuff. Or just one of your permanents dying, which happens all the time. Like Charming Scoundrel will die, which will often trigger it, right? Now, there's also, we need to buy some time. That's why we're running 4 Brotherhoods and sort of get rid of all these, pesky aggro decks that are rampant, right? Early on, buying us some time, getting to the point of the game where we can actually accomplish this. We also are running 4 Get Lost because there's actually a lot more enchantments than ever that are super annoying right now. This is going to be very important. It's very flexible. I also like Charming Scoundrel because it's very flexible. You can also get that treasure token if it's, if you already have something in your graveyard, it can just sort of ramp you to the point that you need to do. Very good stuff. It also just takes out Planeswalkers with its haste sometimes. Very good stuff. We're running 1 Demand Answers as well. Now, say they're going to destroy our Millennium Calendar, which is always unfortunate. Well, we can at least, if we're holding up the mana, which we usually are, we can discard it, or sacrifice it rather, or just discard the card, which is what we're going to do 9 out of 10 of the times. We're also running 1 Shock, just one little 1-drop to kind of, surprise people. And we're also running planeswalkers as well. I will go over the artifacts at the end here because those are super important as well. This card as well, when this plus twos, right, all will be one will be hitting for 2 or just hard casting it, right? This comes in with 4 counters. You ping them for 4 because it has 4 loyalty counters on it. Because again, it is any type of counter if you've never really read this card. Now we also are running Elspeth, which sort of buys us some time, get us some lifelink action in there. We're also running Unstable Glyph Bridge here. This is cute because when we bring back our cards, usually, yes, we can cast them, if we have a lot of mana, right? If we end up flooding, sometimes they can be bigger than power 2 or less. But most of the time, when we bring back maybe a Portal to Phyrexia, it's going to be a 1/1 or a 2/2, or that's pretty much it. We're not really trying to spend the mana otherwise, especially if we have the Glyph Bridge in our hand. But if you need to, and you can't quite find your all will be ones, this will certainly buy you some time. And this is an alternate win con in and of itself, right? You're going to essentially clear their board. Maybe you cleared the board early with your Brotherhood's End. Then later on, they try to rebuild, and you're just like, nope. And then you take an Atali out of their graveyard or something like that. This is obviously super frustrating to play against, and people will scoop on the spot sometimes if they, which pretty much signals I didn't have any removal, so I'm dead. Very good stuff. It's super synergistic. Now we're also running Nexus of Becoming. This is a cute little card from the Big Score set, or whatever that was. But this is nice because if you have something in your hand and you don't necessarily have the way to discard it quite yet, maybe you top decked it, you can actually exile an artifact or creature card from your hand. If you do, you're going to create a token that's a copy, but it's also a 3/3. So, right, that can be a portal of Phyrexia. It can also be the calendar if you really need to try to get the calendar again, or Chimil. Now, this is nice because the Discover 5 will often, more often than you think, will hit the all will be one if you haven't found it at that point in the game. It's usually is within the next few cards, right? That's how Magic works, baby. But yeah, this is just absolutely insane. Whether this gets you the all will be one, or if it just hits the Abuelo off the top, that can win the game on the spot too. So Chimil as a 1-up is really, really nice. If it wasn't legendary, I'd probably recommend running 2. But hey, it's working. But yeah, Cloth is in here, which I have already covered. But getting that mountain every turn, if you need to discard a card that isn't, something important in your hand that you actually need in your hand, that's good. But also just that +2 is serious. You can -7 pretty easily. These planeswalkers also distract from the strategy that you're trying to accomplish anyway. So yeah, the basic beginning of the curve is just your, discarding stuff with your 9 copies of discard cards, buying time, clearing the board. You're getting to the point of the game where all of a sudden you bring this back. This can just untap, right, and ping them for, sometimes, right, you have 8 lands and a creature that untaps. You'll hit them for 9 to the dome, and then you immediately just tap it again, hit them for 100. Like, it's pretty hilarious how much of like a one-turn kill kind of vibe this deck is, and I like it quite a bit. We're also running 3 of the Surveil lands. If I had another one, I'd probably run another one, because this can just put a portal into your graveyard or a Phyrexia into your graveyard. Sorry, all will be one, and then boom, that pretty much accomplishes what you need to do too. This also will trigger your Brass's Tunnel Grinder, and again, that Discover trigger is serious. If you cast an all will be one, there's a chance you could hit another one off the top, for example. Very cool stuff. We're running 3 of these because sometimes they'll clear the board, and you have nothing better to do than just swinging for a little bit of damage, which is nice. And also, when you put a counter, you can actually, ping them with all will be one, which sometimes can take out a random Deep Cavern Bat or a Liliana that's on one, Liliana of the Veil. So this will come up more than you think. And if you will notice, we're actually running 22 lands. Now, that can be a little surprising to people, but because we're drawing so many cards, and to do that, we need to discard our permanents that we more likely will statistically have because we're running less lands. That's good. We can discard those artifacts and stuff into the graveyard, then seek those lands with the card draw that we're accomplishing. So I think statistically this makes a lot of sense, or mathematically, what have you. And I haven't ran into too many problems because usually we only need to get to the 4 mana mark to really start being deadly, because Abuelo's Awakening is what you need to do, and then eventually at that point you can kind of coast for a second or two until you get to your all will be ones if you have to hard cast it, right? So the deck comes together really good. This sort of got me from Diamond 3 to like the edge of Diamond 1, and then I started losing a little bit, and I went back to Selesnya Bunnies because hell yeah. But this deck is absolutely good. You can get run over by Mono Red, which, of course, what deck can't? Sometimes they go first, they Monastery, they Heartfire Hero, they Cacophony Scamp, Monstrous Rage is coming next, Slick Shot, what have you. But you could get a really timely Brotherhood's End. You can also buy time with your Get Lost. And truly, you can get to the point where it's just like, hey, they've already expended 3 or 4 of their main creatures, and now they're sort of in top deck mode. Yeah. Now, we are running 4 copies of the Millennium Calendar, because you do want to get this down on turn 1. Sometimes you can lay your tap land turn 1, you can lay your Charming Scoundrel, you can make the treasure token, and you can cast Calendar off of that. They're sort of going to be like, well, what do I do? Sometimes they'll waste a removal spell on your Scoundrel, and they'll sort of lose focus on your Calendar. And again, it's a 1-turn kill type of vibe. So I've talked in a few circles now. I will show you the gameplay today. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be in Mythic. I can't even tell you how much fun I've had playing this deck. This is the type of deck that I love. It's gimmicky, it's weird, it's a vibe and a half. Nexus of Becoming, super good card. Chimil, super good card. And we already know how Portal of Phyrexia is. You can win the game with these things alone if you're not able to assemble the combo. But that's what we're doing today. I really appreciate you checking out the video. If you'll hit that like button, I'll love you. And sub for more. That'd be even better. All right, guys, let's get into it. Thanks again. Okay, first game back in Mythic, actually. So let's see how we do. This hand isn't absolutely incredible. We're sort of looking for the draw card, discard copies that we have, which we have 9 cards in the deck that can do that. So let's keep it. Well, turn 1 Millennium, we can hold up to Get Lost. Yeah, we just got the Brassus Tunnel Grinder. I'm glad I remembered to move my head. Sorry about that. So let's do some of this. What's really nice, too, when we're holding up our 2 mana spells, we can always just tap this if we find that more viable or if there's not a really good target. Let's see what the Bristly Bill ends up doing here. Do we want to remove this? Sure. Would have liked to pass. But, okay, they didn't lay anything else, which kind of surprises me here. We do have, of course, the Brasses, which absolutely makes sense. All right. So we could... Let's put the Phyrexia... Well, we don't need a second calendar, and let's put the Phyrexia. We'll keep the Glyph Bridge just in case. Okay. So those are pretty good draws, because we do need some mana. Glissa comes down. So what we could do is we can immediately... Now, Glissa does have a destroy target enchantment vibe going on. So we are going to need to take care of that, unfortunately. What's nice about this Fabled Passage is this is going to trigger the Brassus Tunnel Grinder, which is absolutely what we want to do. I think we get a mountain here just in case maybe we get a cloth, which can do more damage based on the mountains. We'll chill. We're like actually almost like kind of set up, right? This is already getting to a nice amount of counters. Brassus Tunnel Grinder is 1 Descend trigger away from being pretty deadly. Uh-huh. There's the Rotten Mouth. Okay. Destroy the Glissa. Because again, we need to protect our enchantment if possible. I guess we can force a removal spell out of them. We will activate this. We will discard the, well, actually, the mountain, rather. Right? I think that's what we want to do. We want to save our 4 life. Probably. Hopefully. Let's do this for 1. Get our all will be 1. It'll come in as a cute little 2/2 flyer. Shabammy. We're already at 17 counters. So when we double those counters, it's lethal next turn. Do they see it? Sometimes they don't even see it. Okay, they saw it. Totally fine. We pretty much expected that. But we sort of had to go for it, right? I think we did. Hopefully. Unless I'm very stupid. But a timely glyph bridge is not to be sneezed at. Now, if we hit another Abuelos off the top, business, right? Let's lose. The shock doesn't seem super important. Let's lose 4 life. Had to think about it a little bit. Okay. We'll cast this. Goodbye, come again. Maybe I should have destroyed the Rotten Mouth rather than the Glissa. But playing for our kill early, right? Gotta go for it sometimes. They didn't lay anything. Wow. So, oh, they freaking passed on accident. Well, we'll draw a card. Uh-oh, local egg. I feel bad. This sort of tarnishes the legitimacy of our cute little video. Now, do we have a... We do have a Millennium Calendar in the graveyard. So, we can do here... Ooh, the Chimil off the top. I mean... Dude, I feel bad for that guy. He wanted to cast the squirrel last turn. Because then he could have... Well, he is 1 mana away from his Virtue. Discover 5. Okay. Let's cast it. Sorry, buddy. What does this squirrel even do? It's a bad squirrel. Why are you playing that squirrel? What does this do? Return target permanent. I get it. Okay. I totally read that wrong. Like when I hovered over it quickly, I was like, does it really say like return a land? I thought it was return a land. And I was like, bro, doesn't even put it on the battlefield. Okay, Bristlebud. Pretty cool card. I've been seeing this every now and again. It's actually really good. It's 5/5 trample. It creates 2 other permanents, which is huge for a lot of decks, right? Not just food. There's probably a Simic list with this guy and Zoetic Glyph that probably goes crazy. Oh, darn. Okay, so we are not hitting the sauce. Let's keep the planes in our hand. Let's exile this from the graveyard. Well, let's lay it. We'll probably end up... darn. We are not hitting... So we're flooding even with 22 lands. This... What did I just lay? Yeah, it has 3 toughness, so let's put that in hand. That is the sort of unsynergistic thing about Sand Swirl Wanderglyph. Now, if they try to cast a spell before they swing, not so great, right? So then they can't attack us. Okay, we are in business. We will block in case they have a pump spell, which they probably do. They're playing green. Luckily, they don't. So we've gone through a lot of our cards in our deck. We just have to hit something here. We just have to hit a Phyrexia, and it's over. Or an Abuelo. We could hit a Portal. That'd be also good. We will likely, we will probably double Brotherhood here. They're gonna get back the Viper, I assume. Young Viper. What do they get? I wonder. They could, well, no. It's got to be the Viper. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I was gonna say, not only you gotta forage too. It's kind of annoying. They kept their. Okay, I see why. Let's get rid. Oh, non-land. Oh no, it could be a land. Yeah, lose 0. Okay. Whoo, baby, we are not lucky today. All right. And we'll just do that now. Dude. Okay, we will cast this now. Discard a card. Let's, yeah, just keep some options. Tunnel Grinder, not what we wanted. Pretty unlucky. Pretty unlucky. We are actually at the point where we can almost get to the 1,000. In fact, that might be how we win this game. Depending on what they lay here. Okay. Viper's coming. Alright. Another land. Huh. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. We will keep this. Unfortunately, even though that was one away, we'll go like that. And we'll go like this. Oh my god. The flooding. Oh, wait. Yeah, we just won. We just won, right? Because we just hit the Phyrexia. And we hit him with the ability, baby. So we are doing a lot of damage. 185 to be exact. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Eh? I mean, why not, man? Okay. Let's get some more cards in our hand for that Viper that may wreak havoc. And we got the Abuelo. We got the Abuelo. Yeah, lose 0 life. I feel like that one turn that sent him back, man, that really sucks. I hate when that happens. Just like makes it less legit of a win, I guess. And of course, they're, you know, in the honor of sportsman likeness. So wow, we're getting a little scary low here. So yeah, we gotta get rid of this. Well, we don't have to, but that's what we're doing. And they're tapped out. So we hit them with, let's cast it for 0. Why not? Get our Phyrexia. Tap. Good game. 380 to the dome. Hopefully I said good game. I forgot if I did or not. So cool first game. We actually got to show off all of the like cool little like one-ofs and stuff that we have and the synergy there. Did I have fun? Yeah, sure. Okay, game 2 with a pretty nice hand, man. We can't complain about this. We cannot complain about this. That's Surveil, so I don't like it as much right now. We do this. We do this. Depending on if we get the mana here. Okay, yeah, so what we, well, try to draw the card. We'll hit the mana off the top. Sorry, I got the burps out of nowhere, but I'm not going to do it in the mic. That's for sure. See, you didn't even notice. I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. That's fine, because we're going to get the nice little surveil action here. Don't necessarily want that. I know we have the cloth. Let's make the treasure regardless here. We swing with both. Right, I want to put the wicked token or wicked roll on it, but I was a little scared. Okay, they had the assassin's trophy. So let's get the planes, right? Because we're gonna get more with cloth. Cough. The thing is -3 deals damage based on the number of mountains. So I don't know how relevant that is. See, like right here, we could have killed that preacher, which is funny. Which is funny. Let's actually do this. We'll see what we hit. Maybe we can get our calendar, start building that up. Okay. We got the removal spell. That's really good. Let's do that now, and we'll swing. So that ended up working out, actually. Getting us deeper into the deck. So what we have here is just a portal. So an Abuelo would be nice. Still looking for our all will be ones. There's the Abuelo. Nice. We will do this. Absolutely. We will look for the mountain. They are playing black, so they could have some discard shenanigans, but I think I lay this here. I mean, yeah, we lay this. We don't swing. Like, we have blockers for cost, so I can just grab another mountain, you know what I mean? So that's always nice. Okay, Mizuki. What you got for me, Mizuki? That's a big boy. Double strike and trample? Just kidding. Goodbye. Come again. No trample. Very nice. Very nice. Now, this can actually destroy artifacts as well against certain decks. That's pretty relevant. So, this is a nice interaction here, right? We lay this. Hopefully. All right, guy. What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about, dude? Mr. Guy. Young Mizuki from the cut. So, when we +1, shabam, we get another permanent. We're getting Rampy McLampy over here. Let's keep this. No swings. There's going to be like a random discard effect or something, and I'd rather have that in my hand. Okay. Not too shabby. Well, now we can get this, because we're not going to... We have no way of bringing back Koth, so that's not going to be relevant anymore. Doesn't really matter. We have all the mana that we need. The Cavern Band. Now, if they take the... Well, we're in business, because regardless of what they take, once they have another bat, we can get it back. We can just bring it back to Phyrexia, kill their creatures. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Easy peasy lemon with the squeezy, baby. It's Jover. Okay, there's a discard effect if they +1, but they're probably -2. Okay, no, the discard. See, that's huge. That's massive that we kept that mountain. Had a feeling. Had that filan, baby. Boom. Okay. No, I don't like that. But we are going to lay all of our cards in our hand, baby. We hit the lily. We can keep our treasure for some reason, or we can just... No, let's cast it for 2. Get this. Right? Yeah. Boom. We can 2... We'll just 2 Liliana. They have to sacrifice the Shouldred. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Ooh. So I think we take their... We don't have anything better than that, right? We have no creatures in this deck other than Charming. So yeah, we get their Shoulder... Well, how many cards do they have in here? 1. Let's get the bat. What is it? Yup. Better value, baby. Ooh. Boom. Roger Dodger. Roger Dodger. I think it's nice that we got the bat first. Patience. Patience. We can take one more hit here. They can't get to level 3. So yeah, we take one more big hit, and then we are in the smooth sail bail, baby. So we're gonna tap all of these. We are gonna tap this too, even though we don't get our time counters because of vibes. No, because it's one more permanent on tapping. So yeah, now we get the shouldered. 10 to the Domi, baby. Activate the ability. 10 more to the dome. I don't know if I said good game twice. I think I did. It's too easy, baby. So you can see, like, right? Like, okay, let's look at the battlefield. Right, our permanents, we started to kind of like flood out, even though we only have 22 lands in the thing because we have so much card draw, right? We have Koth, did a lot of work there, obviously. Tunnel Grinder can help you find those lands, right? Even though this thing was only on the field for like a couple turns, right? It got so many permanents untapping, right? That it's a vibe, right? This untapped, and then 8 lands untapped. So that's 10 automatically. So you untap with it, 10 to the dome. Tap it, 10 to the dome. That's all you really need at this point in the game to actually win on the spot. Phyrexia, obviously, an alternate win con. We made the pretty heads up plays earlier on. Not that they were like super complicated or anything. But yeah, that's how it works. I guess now I'm just stalling. But I super appreciate all of you for being here. I will see you in the next video. Good luck on the arena. I'm happy to be back in Mythic, so I will be more motivated even to make videos. I know I always say that at the end, but I have plenty of time on my hands nowadays, so no excuse, no excuse. So much love, you guys. See ya.